All right, you two, what is up, man? It's your boy, Damn D, POV, and we are back with another video. And today, I want to talk about Mysonne. Mysonne pretty much is about to make things clear for people that maybe not aware, like myself, right? Because brother Polight made it seem like, you know, he posted the video on his Instagram, made it to seem like it was recent. But I was reading my comments, and a lot of people in the comments are telling me that it's a pre-recorded message, that he's currently locked up right now. So if that's true, boy, this man is boy, he know how to fool people, right? Because I don't follow Brother Polight at all. I don't follow him at all. So I don't know what he does, but I hear that he's a master manipulator. And if this is true, he's currently locked up as we speak right now, and he has pre-recorded videos that he's posting, well, that they are posting periodically just to seem like everything's okay. Boy, that's crazy. But here goes Mysonne breaking down what happened. And I played the video yesterday of the actual court, the actual judge giving Brother Polight his charges. So Mysonne is about to break down those charges right now.
Paid up front within 24 hours, mailed to the to the victim, and additional restitution to be paid out on a monthly basis once he is out of custody, and that monthly amount is highlighted in the written terms of the plea agreement. Additionally, there will be a stay-away order from victim TS and her mother, which is also mentioned in the plea agreement.
What is the total amount of the restitution?
The total amount of restitution is $25,000.
Okay. All right.
The defendant's counsel wants to provide probation with the proof of the $5,000 being paid?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. All right. Okay, so Mr. Nowak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931? Do you understand everything that I've said thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison to be followed by 10 years of reporting probation. In addition to any of the special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible. Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for early termination if all of the conditions of your probation have been completed, you had no violations of your probation, and that you have not been arrested for any other criminal offense. Is that correct, State?
And to clarify, the terms stated in 5 is there's no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed by the state and the court. Okay.
All right, sir. Now, with respect to this plea agreement, I have on each page, next to defendant's initials, MN. Did you, in fact, affix those initials to each page?
I did.
And have you reviewed each and every component of this plea agreement going through page 1 and through page 4?
I have.
Now it says on page 4, having read the above mentioned terms of this plea agreement and having been advised by my counsel, David Terrace, I, Michael Note, freely and voluntarily enter into this plea agreement and agree to abide by all terms and conditions of this plea agreement, and agree that failure to comply with any terms or conditions within this agreement constitutes a violation of probation and subjects me to be sentenced to the statutory maximum penalties provided by law for the crimes for which I am now pleading guilty. And then it has a signature over the name Michael Noack. Is that in fact your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I am now going to place my signature on this plea agreement, in that I am now going to be ratifying this plea agreement as negotiated between the state of Florida and your attorney. Has anybody, including your...
So there you have it, Brother Polight sentenced to 7 years in prison plus 10 years of supervised release afterwards.
Well, first of all, let me state that I don't usually speak on situations like this because, you know, I know of instances personally where men have been falsely accused of these allegations. I personally have visualized and seen situations where men were falsely accused of situations like this, so I very rarely speak on these situations because I don't know. And unless I have a preponderance of evidence, or it's a woman who I know for sure, who I trust and I know is telling the truth, then you'll very rarely hear me speak on cases of this nature because I understand this is a man's life. And the worst thing that you can be labeled is a pedophile or a rapist. right? So I would never want to label someone like that. But in this situation, you know, I feel the need to point out the hypocrisy and the lies here. You know, this brother right here is someone who had a major influence over this culture for a long time. You know, there were people that had him on major platforms and major artists and entertainers. Everybody shared space with this man, and he influenced this culture for a long time. He was given platforms to spread a lot of things. There was a lot of things that he said I agreed with, and I actually respected. But I believe that if we did that to hide this situation and not speak about it, is dishonorable. Right? What it does is it teaches our kids that they should peacefully coexist with shit that's dishonorable. Right? That we allow dishonorable individuals to get a pass and hide and not be called out. So what it does is teach our kids that they could be dishonorable. It doesn't set any boundaries. It doesn't set a bar that we set as men and say that we are not going to allow coward shit and dishonor amongst us. You know? So in this point, in this situation, this is some dishonorable crap shit that the man did. You know, and I'm not speaking about all the intricacies of the case. I'm just talking about in this exact instance. The man lied. He blatantly lied. Right? He blatantly lied about the dynamics of what happened. He said in the beginning of this, you hear him say that all the sexual charges have been dropped. There are no sexual charges that have been against him. They dropped all the sexual charges. That's not accurate. It is a lie. It is deceitful. And it's deceitful because the average person on the internet that's listening doesn't know the law. Neither will they look into the law. So they'll just assume, since you're following this person, and he has a cult like following him, since you're following him, they believe the words that he says. And they let him misguide them purposely. And then a lot of people don't want to believe it. Right? We have a culture where niggas don't want to believe that people that they have respect for do coward shit. That some of them are just creeps. We don't want to believe that. So you hide behind this mask and you let them lie to you in this willful ignorance. Right? So the man said that all the sexual charges against him were dropped. And then you listen as he copped the plea to charges, right? Endangering a minor and 2 counts of aggravated child abuse. Now, nobody doesn't understand. What he tried to make it seem like aggravated child abuse was just him being responsible for the kid, the young lady, having drugs or alcohol, and him just giving her drugs and alcohol. We know that under no circumstances does endangering the welfare of a child give you 30 years. The maximum is 30 years, right? Because that happens. You can get that. Most people have got that before. But this aggravated child abuse in Florida, under the Florida statute, is the crime of aggravated child abuse is defined as committing an aggravated battery on a child, or willfully torturing, maliciously punishing, or caging a child, or abusing a child in a manner that causes great bodily harm, permanent disability, or permanent disfigurement. Importantly, there's no requirement that aggravated child abuse be committed by a person in a particular or custodial relationship to the child. Thus, what might be charged as a felony battery in the child was an adult, if the child was an adult, can instead be charged as aggravated child abuse at the prosecutor's discretion. This man copped out, he admittedly copped out to 2 counts of aggravated child abuse, which pretty much falls under what could be rape. So what he did was manipulate a situation and say, I'm not gonna have nothing that says rape on my case, so name it something else. So I can go out there and lie to the public and continue to lie. And this is what I'm calling out. This is the coward culture shit I'm calling out. Individuals like that, who we've given grace and we've given the opportunity to lead and talk to our children and have influence over our children, when they do shit like this and they blatantly lie, the culture can't cover up for them. They can't hide behind, not no real niggas. No man of honor can allow a nigga like Polight to hide behind him, to be shielded, to allow to think that we're going to be quiet because we don't want to say nothing. As men, it is our duty as men to step up and call out bullshit, right? Because if we do not set a standard for us and say, yo, my nigga, you can't kids and be around us, we're not going to be quiet. We're going to tell everybody you're a rapist. We're going to let everybody know that you're a fucking pedophile and a rapist. So you're going to be uncomfortable every day. The same way I talk about snitching, I'm not going to let a snitch feel comfortable because you're not, when you do dishonorable shit around me, you can't feel comfortable around me. You're going to be called out every time. So this culture needs to call us. It's way too much silence. I didn't hear anybody with a major platform say something about this. And I know it's taboo, but the reality is, if we're going to take back our culture and we're going to lead our kids in the right direction, we got to do it by being honorable. We got to show them that when we see bullshit, we call it out. We got to show them that this is blatant. This is not no allegations. This man admitted to this. This man, he copped out, and not only did he cop out to it, he lied. That's the reason why I said something. Prior to that, I probably wouldn't have said something. Maybe he copped out to a lesser charge because, you know, something going on. But when a man would blatantly lie and said that they dropped all the sexual charges, not thinking that the average person, matter of fact, knowing that the average person on the internet is not going to do any research, they're just going to take Polight's word. Polight said all the sex charges is dropped. But they didn't look under the aggravated child abuse, right? They didn't look at what those standards, and all of those things can be exactly what happens in a rape. So because they call it something different, and then he still has to take sex offender classes. The man lied. He blatantly lied, and he's playing on the intelligence of the culture. And as a man, me as a man, I can't stand on it. So I call out bullshit. Men like Polight. Any man who thinks it's okay to put harm on our weak, to harm the women and our children in our community, you can't stand behind me. I'm not gonna be silent. I'm not gonna allow you to move peacefully. I'm gonna call it out every time. And that's what real men are supposed to do. We're supposed to stand on honor and integrity. We're not standing with some shit. We're not peacefully coexisting. We're not going along to get along. We're not gonna hang with the niggas that's cool, even if they're cowards and they doing sucker shit. We're not doing that. We're literally taking our culture back from these cowards, and real men are going to be prevalent again. So I hope I want you to understand it's a new day. You cowards and niggas, your days is numbers. You can no longer hide. Doctor, whatever you call him, Polight, the man is a pedophile. And anybody that says something different is a liar. And they upholding coward culture.
Well, there you go. I don't think I need to say anything else. Y'all leave a comment down below. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. I'm out.